Hello again, and welcome back to this blind playthrough of Tyranny with me, Red Zed. We're here in the basement of the burning library. It's kind of burning all around us. It's like, I don't know, is it going to collapse? It should be kind of structurally unstable by now, no? We're in the basement. I think I hear something cool over here. We're probably going to get to the end, probably to a boss fight. Between recordings, I did do some adjustments to my spell repertoire. I have some better healing options now. I did have some trouble with some beastmen earlier, so I was inspired to shake it up a bit. I also discovered I had a whole ton of potions that I wasn't using, because I'm a hoarder. While I assumed it would be you who would emerge as the victor of this game, I eventually will be the victor of this game, Tyranny, I must say I'm a little disappointed that you were able to dispatch all of my men so readily. The fear of death is a great motivator, but causing death seems to motivate you a little more. I guess I'll have to show a more discerning eye in my recruiting. I've seen how the Scarlet Chorus recruits, by the way. They're not very discerning. It's like that Dark Knight movie scene where Joker just snaps a pool cue in half and like, here you go, figure it out. We'll get one of you. Funny, when you went away crying, I figured you were scared of me. I was thinking the same thing. You talk of how wonderful your game is and how it will bring you success, and yet we are the victors here, not you. Don't confuse caution with cowardice, Fatebinder. It's easier to assess an opponent when you know what he is capable of. You seem quite capable, but I think you'll find me to be as well. You will not have the Silent Archive. That Elder Scroll over there. It's mine. And while I thank you for your help opening up the passage and finding the Silent Archive, you are no longer of any use to me. It's time to end this. Okay. I don't even know what this effect is. What is this? What's going on? Defensive cry. Oh, that's from her. Okay, the Archon. Shitting. The reason I kept this wound on her is because she does have an ability that I think it makes her attack a little bit faster when she's wounded. So we're gonna see if that gives us any advantage. I want everyone focusing on the same target. That's really important. Should I focus down the Censor? Because I assume she'll be the kind of beefiest, but also the most damaging. But she does have low dodge. Maybe we can make use of that. Okay, so if I can get that buff. Okay, now let's go ahead and use potions liberally, because often I am a hoarder when it comes to potions. I'm like very, very great with that kind of stuff. Let's frost all of you. Wow. You know what? Let's get an explosive. If we can get, do I have to target someone? I think I do. Let's just target the Censor then. Okay, I have some new spells that I'm eager to try. Like Frostfire area of effect damage seems pretty cool. I couldn't afford to do the ranged area of effect because it's like plus 90 lore when you set up a spell like that. If I can get a Surge of Glory, that would be pretty nice. If I can focus on those two. Let's see. Ooh, that's a pretty good. That's a good line. Get some bleeding damage going. Okay. Can we? Did you already use a healing spell? You did. In fact, you all did. Interesting. So we've almost killed that Bloodhound. Can you focus on that one just for a moment? I could do the big heal, but I don't think I need to just yet. What is this? This steals armor. This increases dodge and parry. Let's get that up. Can't quite fit Lantry into the AoE just yet. Okay, we're ahead. That's really nice to see. Let's kill this one. There we go. Now we could focus down the Censor. Let's do the big heal.
On your command.
Now, let's see. You know what? Just get in there. Let's do some stabby.
Fine.
I need these healing spells to cover.
I'll take care of it.
Oh, there we go. So, healing wisps. I put 2 of them on him just because I could. Oh, do I have to actually pick one? Yeah.
Consider it done.
You should try
Focus on
something
her
else.
then. Alright, wait, did you just use a bow and arrow? I really hope that's not the case. No, okay, good. Whew. Maybe it was just a one skill or something. Yes, there we go. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I'm not sure if it was the healing or something else that really made that battle kind of winnable for me, but what's going on over here? Obsidian fragment. Guess I'll happily take an obsidian fragment. I don't know what that means. Is that like a special material for crafting? Of legends and wise? Only Lantry can equip it? The Chronicler's Eye. Okay, that's pretty sweet. That looks pretty sweet.
That wasn't so hard.
I've acquired the Staff of Hours. My power has increased. I don't know. What does that have to do with anything? That's not a quest, is it? Why did that pop up? Seeds of Power. Flame. Okay, no, those are for the spires. Weight of Aegis. Oh yeah, I should speak to Barrick at some point. Take the magic scroll to end the Edict of Fire. Okay. And regroup at the Mountain Spire of Endry as well. Oh yeah, because I betrayed the Scarlet Chorus. If they had put on better circuses, I would not have, but I mean, how do you screw up a circus, really? Ooh. Okay, it's kind of like some story about siege. I guess I should take it. And there's another one. I will get the Elder Scroll, don't worry. Sage Torvin's notes. I don't think there's anything terribly important in that. I'm just assuming. And you know, when you assume, you risk making an ass out of you and me, but doesn't matter. We're going to examine the scroll. A nimbus of magical energy. I like that. Flying nimbus! Amazing. I had suspected there was more to the Silent Archive than a simple vault. Extraordinary. This scroll must represent thousands of scholarly works. Okay, let's examine the aura, the magic aura. It is the only thing keeping this library still standing. That's pretty powerful. I mean, Kyros, you're supposed to get the impression that Kyros is like the most powerful thing on all of Taratus, but clearly whoever designed the Elder Scrolls is a little bit more powerful. Take the Silent Archive. I'm going to take it. Slow down. That's a load-bearing scroll. Move it and the preservation magic will fizzle. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. You got a point. Can I analyze the active spell? Some sort of time stasis spell. Referenced in that guy's letter that I didn't read. Oh, I can deconstruct the spell's focus. I can gain lore experience. Ah, so I can do an Indiana Jones where I like swap out the thing. Can I read the scroll? Oh, it is not in my language. Where are you? I can talk to it? What? That's so weird. Indeed, the Silent Archive is meant to be the final source of knowledge. Every text we have magically transcribed bubbles beneath its surface, waiting to be called forth. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. Fatebinder, should this be true, the Silent Archive would be worth more than some of the old realms. But not all of them? Really? Okay. The Silent Archive is the 100-year endeavor of the old school of quill and ink, and they were old school. As one of its creators and guardians, I have ensured that its knowledge may only be accessed by the sages of my order, and only those specifically charged with such a weighty responsibility. The Silent Archive is, thus, a glittering jewel that only a few may see. Should the artifact fall into outsider hands, I expect that less than 1 in 100 of its secrets will be revealed in the span of a lifetime. In the span of a lifetime. If I touch the scroll, what happens? Ooh, shaking. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely load-bearing. It's holding this place up. So if I swap you with an artifact, ask yourself if an artifact is worth the archive. You're going to lose whatever you put on that pedestal. So the Staff of Hours, it's basically there just so I could replace this scroll with it, right? Well, considering Lantry is better with throwing weapons, I'm just going to put the Staff of Hours on there. Okay, there's still some tremors. I'm expecting a boulder to show up and start chasing us. But no, no boulder. Path to power. Okay, now I have to go to... I have to bring the scroll outside the library to end the Edict of Fire. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. That seems easy enough. Oh, fast mode. Huh. Don't want to forget that. I don't like that it has it written up here, though. That's kind of annoying. Fast mode. Changes everything. God, we can accomplish so much more in a 40-minute video with that fast mode. Okay. I'm still waiting for that edict to resolve itself any moment now. If the fires wanted to die down already, that would be an immense help. I agree, Verse. I miss Patrick Starr. Maybe I should get him back in the party. Give him his stupid commentary. Alright, resolving edicts, that's what I do. Yes. Knocks me off my feet, but then the feeling passes. The air around me begins to settle. Oh, it's all like hardening, all that molten lava. You know you're just asking for it from the sages. You're never going to hear the end of it. First the edict, next they'll want you to scour the tears and for the torn out pages of a farming almanac. Hey, those are actually pretty cool. Farming almanacs? Those are pretty cool. So much knowledge turned to smoke and ash. Ending the edict can't undo the damage, but perhaps now this place can be rebuilt. I hope future scholars can unearth whatever remaining books and scrolls are still buried within. I do love watching someone's hard work unravel like an old sweater. If you ever meet Kyros, ask how long it took to draft the Edict of Fire. Oh yeah, like do they have to spend... It's like legislation, right? You spend days or weeks penning the wording of the legislation just to get it just right. Kyros must have like an army of lawyers. And there's nothing more evil than lawyers, so... Of course, this evil empire would have an army of lawyers. I leveled up. Hey. My power has increased. I have ended Kyros' Edict of Fire. What does that mean in terms of my power has increased, though? Did that just give me experience or something? Power 800. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, let's figure out what to do here. Let's go with a little bit of that. I would like to sling more of my explosive javelins, because that's pretty badass. Are any of these worth getting? Bleeding damage. Dual wield mastery. Well, that's in agility. I was thinking leadership. Are there any of these that are worth getting? Target. Oh, it adds to the thrust ability. That's pretty nice, actually. Additional weapon sets. That's meh. Who cares about that? Will of Command. Oh, that's kind of cool. Boosting our damage. I can stack more abilities onto the thrust ability. That's pretty sweet. Refuse pain. Additional spell slots. That's pretty useful. Oh, automatic healing. That's really nice. Boost morale. I should probably invest in a few of those. Where am I at here? Ricochet. That's pretty nice. I keep investing more into the range attacks. I don't actually know if I want to. What's this? Level up bonus.
I got it.
So the Burning Library is rescued. There's no one else here to witness it. Guess I should just return to one of my 2 towers at this point. Let's do it. Going back home. What? Ambush. Bleden Mark. Oh, that asshole. The old guy. The old fart. Kill him. Or should I kill him? Let's see what he has to say. Vaguely human stain. Okay, nice.
Shit, Tunon's headsman. I don't know what reckoning he brings, but I want no part of it.
Okay, if you're afraid of him, that says something.
Fatebinder. Huh. How good of you to finally show up. I'd also say it's good to see you again, but I prefer to lie by omission.
That's the voice they went with for him? He sounds like such a dweeb. People fear this guy? It's like, what's his name? David Beckham? Is it David Beckham? Beckham, the soccer player. He looks all tough, and then he has this, a high-pitched voice. He talks with a very high-pitched voice. That's what he reminds me of.
Think before you speak next. I'd hate to have to kill you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like his weapon. His voice, I mean. I was reading this. What do you want?
I'm curious, what is it that you want? I have my own assumptions, but you are a member of the court, so before I leap to any conclusions that require bloodletting, I thought it best to ask you directly.
I have to say, though, now that I hear him talk like that, it explains why he likes sarcastic responses. Why he gains favor with sarcastic responses.
When Binder Khalil told me you were buddying up with the voices of Narat, I thought for sure this would end with me having to stab the notion out of you. But it seems you came to your own senses and ditched that necklace schemer.
Of course.
From where I stand, I would say you chose wisely. Why cater to the whims and agendas of questionable friends? Why whore your power for the approval of others?
That's right.
Allies are just enemies with great patience. Free yourself of such distractions and make your own way.
It's like you're reading my mind, man. What do you suggest I do next?
If you really want your freedom from Tunon and the others, you'll need to become something the Archons cannot obliterate without breaking a sweat. There are a few relics around the tiers that, if they wound up in your hands, might give you a fighting chance.
Do I want freedom from Tunon? I mean, that sounds
You need
pretty
to be
good.
a lot more threatening than you are now, and a little study and practice won't suffice. You'll need to aim bigger. You'll need to track down the relics of tiers that escaped capture in the war.
Are there many of
In the
those?
Blade Grave, the Stone Sea, and Haven each, there lies at least one artifact that can aid such an aura. Be prepared to travel far and wide in the effort to recover them.
I like the echo in his voice. It's just the bass voice. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to the voice actor. It's just... I don't know if that's the voice I would associate with this character.
Aside from the practical point of getting you armed, uncovering these relics could lend you some legitimacy in the eyes of the Tearsmen, depending on how you go about it, of course.
Could look in the... So I can go to the Blade Grave, or the Stone Sea, or Lethian's Crossing. Do I have to choose, really? Like, why can't I just... I am going to go to all three eventually, right? Is there something I should look for in
Tunon has
Lethian's
sent a
Crossing?
forge-bound master to the crossing, and this mage smith has just finished work on a masterpiece dubbed the Mage Bane. It's an iron helmet infused with wards against the Bane. While this is intended to help keep the settlement free of scourges from the nearby old walls, it would be of great use to you personally.
So I am in fact turning against Tunon as well. But if he's on my side, then I'm guessing I'm still on Kyros'
Call
side?
it a hunch, but I'm betting you'll find the Mage Bane's creator, Zedenya, sweating over the fires of Lethian's forge. And while I doubt you can just convince her to hand you the helm, her knowledge of it could prove helpful to your little heist.
Okay.
The crossing is by a junction in the old walls, so you'll have a chance to put the helmet's Bane ward to the test. Don't try and approach me at court. Come meet me at Ashweald. It's a nice shady corner of mine. Hand me your map, and I'll show you how to get there.
I love this thing in like fantasy games where people just take your map and mark shit. Like everyone's a
When
cartographer.
you're ready,
It's
meet me
amazing.
here once more. We'll discuss what's next.
And considering maps are to scale, like you would have to be fairly precise with this kind of stuff. Maybe it's just a skill he has as an Archon, but it's really funny. Like in anything, in Skyrim, in Morrowind, well, not just Elder Scrolls games, a lot of games, people will be like, "Oh yeah, hand me your map. I think I can pinpoint where I am on the map for you. I'm sure I won't be off by several degrees." Wait, I have questions. Okay, make it quick. Okay, I was actually hoping to ask about the other locations, but that bracer you're wearing is rather eye-catching. Better, yeah, it might look better on me, I don't know. That'd be my binding shadows. Want it? Damn straight I do. Careful with it. Not only weapons can be double-edged swords. Wow, he actually gave it to me? I'm impressed. I'm so charismatic that I'm like, yeah, I want that bracer. Give that to me. I need to know why you're helping me. You must acclimate yourself to ignorance. Why do you do the things you do, kid? Do you hate doing what others tell you to do? Is the world full of idiots and none seem worthy of your grace and cooperation? Well, let's see. Am I Kyros' loyal servant? I mean, let's at least lie about that for now. I'm Kyros' loyal servant. I'm just trying to stay true to our mission of conquest, even if that conflicts with the Archons. Cute sentiment, kid, but you're a spoiled little shit. Oh no. He liked what I said, but he didn't take it seriously. You have the protection of the Archon of Justice and the freedom to play loose with his laws. You enjoy more freedom than nearly anyone else under Kyros' sun, yet that's not enough for you. I'm helping you because you're a bit of an unpredictable shit, and I'm old and bored and tired of straining at the end of my leash. Surprises are all that keep the days interesting. That, and you're technically a member of the court, as I am. So honor demands that I guide and mentor you, or at least try to before putting you down. Yeah, just how old are you? About 300, give or take. At some point, you stop counting. I guess you would stop counting at some point, yeah. So you're just testing me before killing me? Blah. Testing you, yes, but the verdict is still up in the air as to whether or not I snuff out your life. Questions like this don't sell me on the notion of your longevity. Enough questions for now. Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm really on a different path now because... well... Many Voices doesn't like me. Raven Ash definitely doesn't like me. Bendrian's Well people, well, they're dead, so... You know, if there are any of them still kicking, they definitely don't like me. And we finally go to my well. Not my well, my spire. My tower. It's the opposite of a well. It doesn't go deep into the earth. It stands tall and projects my all-seeing eye. How many spires are there in the game? Okay, oh my god, I'm getting all these friggin' new messages and everything. Read, you've received... Okay. It may contain vital intelligence or dangerous misinformation. He is the Fox News of the Tyranny. Wow. Okay, so I've got a few things to read here. 2 non-favor 1. Okay, Dear Durgo. Based on what you've told me, it seems a stretch to believe these events are mere coincidence or circumstance. Kyros' edict of execution was a setup for someone to claim Ascension Hall. To think that Kyros did not know what would happen is a massive underestimation of the Lord's long view. You have been thrust into the arena of the mighty. Your options are retreat into obscurity, suicide, or rising to the occasion. I suggest the third option. That's pretty friggin' obvious, yeah. If I were you, I would use my connection to the spires to see if they will all awaken to my presence. Do you mean your presence? They must mean your presence, because Meothis is not here. Every Tearsman, okay, that's another editing mistake. Obsidian, grrr. Every Tearsman sees the spire in the horizon. If they know you are the master of the spires, they will see you each time they look to the sunrise or sunset. Foster a reputation for power, make others fear you. This is what I've seen Kyros and every living Archon do for as long as I've lived, and there's reasons for this. There's the practical case that power and a reputation insulate you from threats, but there's the lesser-known element that I can't prove, but I know in my heart to be true. The fear and love of others will strengthen your magic. Yes, yes, love always finds a way. Love will conquer all. Our love magic. We can love bomb our enemies into oblivion. Love is the way. The Care Bears, that's the secret of the Care Bears' strength. They have all this love and they just like, blah, Fus Roda. This last part I've inferred from my discussions with Bleden Mark. In the few times he has spoken of his gruesome work of slaying those who might rise to threaten the Overlord, he has hinted that it's easier to kill the rogue elements before they become famed and fearsome. In my lifetime, I saw Graven Ash change from an unknown militiaman to a fearsome general, and I can assure you he did not have the power to shield his warriors in those days when he was without title or reputation. The Archons will never, ever discuss the origin of their power, because such knowledge might be used against them. But I have known all the Archons to be obsessed with the presentation of power. That's very cool. I'm really enjoying that aspect of the storyline. That's actually really, really cool. Your connection to the Spires will all but guarantee the Archons will want to control and destroy you. It's a question of when, not if. Start thinking and acting like an Archon. As far as I'm concerned, you are an Archon. The Archon of the Spires. We are quick to place labels on powers we easily spot, and history is replete with Archons of fire and ice. It is foolish to think that there must be a word for a thing before an Archon can control it. Other way around, the Archons show us what is possible, and we must step to their dance. Kyros' wrath? Did that come up at all in the letter? I don't really... Huh. Let's ask about Bleden Mark's killings. That seems to be quite relevant all of a sudden. Dear Meothis, your wisdom on the matter is greatly appreciated. That's exactly how my wife starts an email. You made mention of Bleden Mark and his killings. During my training, Fatebinder Kaleo hinted that much of Bleden Mark's work involves killing off threats before they blossom into genuine problems, so it's curious to hear you second that fact. But let's say, for the sake of argument, I am some Archon. Is it just a matter of time until Bleden Mark is sent to kill me? Should I be making grand displays of loyalty to the court to assuage his suspicions? That's a little bit... frank, isn't it? We're gonna send that. Fuel for the flame, okay. Dearest Fatebinder, champion of Tudon's gavel, slayer of choirmen. We hope you recognize that we bear no ill will. No, who understands treachery if not the Archon of Secrets? We've always held the highest esteem for the work of other specialists in the arts of duplicitous. Make no mistake, dear Fatebinder, after your little performance at Vendrian's Well, and with such a flair for theatrical illumination, you have ascended in our estimate. We trust you will understand that when we peel the flesh from your bones and squeeze the bile from your quivering innards, it's strictly out of artistic integrity and the courtesy owed a fellow professional. Nothing personal at all. But enough about our friendly rivalry. Do you enjoy the company of our little spy? Her dance never fails to inspire us the most pleasant quivers. We have a gift for her, delivered through you due to the girl's questionable faculty with letters. We've learned from one of our birds that a mercenary in Haven has been absolutely gloating about slaying her sisters. His boasts even secured him work defending some crossing merchant. Is that the merchant that I, spared from the toll earlier? Except he walked away like a little baby. Show her the sigils on the reverse. She'll know what they mean. Okay, so now we've unlocked a companion quest for verse. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I like this. One thing that I really enjoy is when people are super rude to you or threatening or something, killing them with kindness is just really funny, especially if they get more angry. It's just super funny. So yeah, we're going to send our thanks. Receiving your missive was an unexpected pleasure. I shall see to it that verse is informed. Doubtless this will end in blood. That's less polite than I actually would have hoped. Something really polite, overly nice. I hope the weather's treating you well. I hope your days are going pleasantly and all that kind of shit is really funny to me when people are pissed off at you. Cacophony sends word that Voices of Nerat rescinds your invitation to their revels. That's probably for the best. I mean, their revels are kind of shit. The Archon of Secrets sent numerous compliments regarding your treachery and impetuousness, compliments I feel inclined to investigate thoroughly. Your inability to maintain this court's relationship with its allies, even those as base and abhorrent as the chorus, disappoints me. Be warned that we all inevitably answer for our choices. You are no exception. Meanwhile, I understand that Bleden Mark has taken particular interest in you. I trust there is no need to illustrate the implications of his attention. Yeah, see, the thing here is I really wish I could read the text before I send it, but as soon as you click on one of these, I think you're locked into it. So, I don't want to apologize, because, honestly, the Voices of Nerat, he was trying to cheat Kyros's Edict of Fire by not reading the scrolls, but touching them and, absorbing the knowledge through them. So, I mean, they're not loyal to Kyros, those assholes. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of lame to blame them. I think Tunon is pretty well aware that they're incompetent. I'm going to refuse to apologize. Tunon, why did you pluck me from my prior circumstances and appoint me a Fatebinder, if not for my judgment? If I could have both maintained an objective investigation and remained allies with the Archon, I would have. Unfortunately, it could not be. I assure you, Adjudicator, the inquiry continues apace, but with Bleden Mark's guidance, no shadow shall remain unsearched. That's actually a pretty good response. I like that. I'm happy with that. What do we have for 5 spires? Okay, that's good to know. That's complete. We have a lot of crap that's complete. Let's hide those, actually. Yeah, that's much easier. There we go. Speak with Barrick. I should do that while I'm here. And then I have to travel to Lethian's Crossing and talk to Verse. Okay.
I got it.
First, I'm going to talk to Barrick. It shouldn't surprise you that Archon Tunon would not unmake what was wrought by the Overlord's wrath. Surprise, no. Disappoint, yes. The Archon's decision changes nothing. I have preserved to this point. I shall continue to do so, for the sake of General Ash and the North. Oh, come on, man. Abandon that crap. There may be another way. Your master was very specific in his sentence. He forbade not only assistance from the Forgebound, but from anyone, anywhere in the world. No, the Archon forbade any subject of Kyros to aid you. You split hairs, Binder, but the whole world bends to the knee of the Overlord. Bends the knee to the Overlord, rather. If that were the case, we wouldn't be in the tears, would we? You're not suggesting we ask some renegade mage for aid. You would discard the spirit of the law in favor of its letter? Trust me, Barrick, it's the letter of the law that matters, not to me. The honor of a deed lies as much in its spirit as its action. Oh, you sweet, sad, silly little boy. I agree. Patrick Star, you need to wisen up. Perhaps some other way to free you will present itself. Your optimism does you credit, Fatebinder, though I fear it is misapplied. Forgebound will be curious about you regardless. The articulation on your armor is incredible. At the very least, we should let them take a look at you. My armor is unique. Perhaps it can teach them something that will aid at the disfavored. We can find the Forgebound at their smithy in Lethian's Crossing. Does that mean I have to get him back in my party? That's really annoying. Okay, now I'll just talk to Verse, and then I'm going to cut the episode, I think. We'll see.
Couldn't help but notice the bird from Cacophony.
I received a missive from the Archon of Secrets.
Obviously. Unless you've got a secret admirer among the Bloodhounds. I've always found the whole sunburn from within look a bit of a turnoff, but whatever gets your pants juice flowing. But seriously, what's the boss want from us now?
Want to read it? No, she can't read. That's... Yeah, she can't read. She's illiterate. I should not offer that. That would be super rude. Voice of Nrat is not my boss.
I didn't say he was. What climbed up your spire and died?
I don't know. I kicked someone off the spire earlier. That was pretty fun. Want to put a blade through the skull of one of the people who killed your sister Furies? Because one's apparently a loudmouth braggart.
Wait, what? He found one of the shits who killed my Furies? Let's pack up and go.
He also included a series of code glyphs. This one's wealth, I suspect, but I can't read the others.
You know about code glyphs? How charmingly disreputable of you. There's a lot to love about spycraft. The trickery, the blade work, keeping your senses awake, balancing on the edge between confusion and discovery. Memorizing the Archon's childish pictographs is not my favorite part. Malfora. She's one of Harshion's people. Bit boring, but gossipy in the way that pays. We should be able to find her along the road to Lethian's Crossing.
Seems like a lot of glyphs to provide so little information.
The voices gave us the passphrases that will get Malfora to open up to us. When we find her, let me do the talking and everything should run smooth as sea glass. This will feel good, Binder. Wildly, incredibly, stupidly good.
The Archon's sudden interest in your revenge doesn't seem suspicious to you?
Are you asking me if I trust the voices of Nerat, Archon of Secrets, Spy Master, Arcane Pillar of Green Smoke and Flame, Immortal Magician, Eater of Minds, and Connoisseur of Perversions? Of course not. But if it's some convoluted trap, I'll have your back and you'll have mine, right?
Good enough for me. Let's go.
Lead the way.
Oh, and Shireen levels up. Okay. Let's take a look. let's take a look. Let's get you a little bit more resolve. Yeah, that's good. And was I working on something on this side? Damage prevented by... okay. I mean, I could go for that. That would be pretty nice, I think. Or... longer range. That's pretty good. Additional spell slots are always very, very useful. I need to get that. Okay.
Right.
Who are you? Tanara? Oh, did I request you? Did I hire you or not? I can't remember. I can't remember. Ranks trainable this level. 38? What? It's pretty cheap. It doesn't cost much. It doesn't cost much at all. That's pretty cool. Let's see though. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for now. I think I'm gonna cut the episode here. We've solved the edict at the burning library. We have what the hell? I got another missive. Fatebinder, allow me to be the first to congratulate you on resolving the situation at the burning library. Fatebinder Rogalis could not be more pleased by your choice to preserve the texts and relics of the old sages. Or perhaps he's overjoyed that their grip on the library is now entirely broken. In either case, he almost borders on giddy. Almost. I do not share his loathing of the old guild. They built their own pyre on their hubris, true, but my opposition to them remains purely professional. It gladdens me that not their every myriad secret met the flame. I even suspect that an ambitious Fatebinder would have collected a few stray scraps of lore, perhaps as much as they could carry out. I hope you soon make an effort to join us at the court in the Bastard City. I often feel that it has been too long since we last whispered of the darker corners of Tyranny. You've experienced so many of them as of late. Perhaps I can provide illumination. Perhaps, but that will happen next episode. Thank you very much for following along, and I hope to see you next time. Peace out, and I will be seeing ya.